Yeah. So, okay, I hope yesterday's lecture was clear for everyone. If there are any doubts, you can ask me now. Okay, if not, I can move ahead. I'll finish up with directions today. Okay, there are a few more questions I'd like to discuss and then a couple of pointers. I hope my voice is clear, right? There's no
Yes, ma'am.
disturbance. Yeah, great. And then we'll move on to another topic of analytical reasoning as the time permits us. So I'll start with today's lecture. Let me just start sharing my screen. And again, if anyone has any doubts in the middle, just unmute yourself and ask me, okay? Do not put it in the chat or wait because there's no point, right? Okay, so is my screen visible? Yeah, is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So yesterday we did this thing, directions, right? We looked at our basic directions. We discussed some questions. We looked at the angles and, um, the Pythagoras theorem, which based, just a bit. Yeah, wait. Yeah. So we looked at the Pythagoras theorem and we looked at one question based on that. So let's discuss another question based on it. So it's more clear. Okay, people are entering now. Now back to this. Okay, so can everyone see this question number 6 on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So let's start discussing this. So now the question says Jay starts from his office and goes 12 kilometers east. Okay, after that he turns 90 degrees clockwise and goes 5 kilometers. What minimum distance should be covered by him to come back to his house? Right? So yeah, here we see that this is Jay, this is his starting point, and he is going 12 kilometers east. For reference, I've put this directions here, so you should always have that so you don't make any silly mistakes. So you see Jay going 12 kilometers east, which is here. Then he does a 90-degree turn clockwise. Clockwise, like I said a bunch of times yesterday, that it means he's turning right. 90 degrees right from east means he's turned in the south direction and he's gone 5 kilometers in this direction. Now, what the question is, ki, what is the minimum distance that he needs to cover? He's here right now. The minimum distance that he needs to cover so that he can go back to his house. I think this is his office. So let's, just a minute. This is the office. Right? So his office was here. The minimum distance that he'll need to cover should be this, right? Right? Now, can someone tell me how would I find out this distance? Anyone, guys?
By Pythagoras.
Yes, by using the Pythagorean theorem. So how will we use that?
5 square
A
plus
square
12
plus b
square.
square.
Yeah, anyone can go on. 5 square plus 12 square, right? So that's 25 plus 144. All right, I'm just gonna write this down so I don't have to write the entire thing, if that's okay with you guys. Sorry. Just a minute. Yeah. So it's 169, right? If you add it, 25 plus 144 would be 169. And then what do you do with this 169?
I'm 13.
Convert into square 13.
Yeah, you do the square root and you get 13, which will be the distance. So the minimum distance that he needs to cover to go back to his office will be 13. Is this clear?
Anji, ma'am.
Right? So this is just, I just
Yes,
wanted to
ma'am.
do one more example so that your Pythagoras theorem is clear. So this is, again, right now I'll cover one more thing, which is shadows. Okay, so you may not get, like this is not generally used with questions, but you might still get a question which, talks about this. So basically what you need to keep in mind with this is that when the sun rises, the sun rises from the east. right? And sun keeps ascending till 12 p.m. So because it is rising in the east, the shadow will be towards the west. Okay. At 12 p.m., the sun is at the top, so there's no shadow. And after 12, because the sun starts to descend, and because it's going towards the west, it's setting towards the west, the shadow comes towards the east. Straightforward. Does anyone have any doubts with this? Is this clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, clear? Okay. So let's look at one
Repeat
question.
it again.
Okay, I'll repeat it again. See, यहाँ पे मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ कि shadows के बारे में basically sunrise east से करता है, तो अगर ईस्ट से सनराइज करेगा तो शैडोज हमारे वेस्ट के तरफ होंगे जब सनराइज कर रहा होगा. तो सनराइज से लेके 12 बजे तक सन असेंड कर रहा होता है, मतलब इट्स लाइक it's coming on top, like it's coming at the top, so it's in the east, and that's the reason कि आपका shadow जो है वो west में होता है. 12 बजे the sun is at the top, so there's no shadow, and after 12 p.m. the sun starts to set. ठीक है, so till it sets after 12 p.m. from then till whenever it is the time that the sun sets, it's going towards the west, so it's in the west direction, and so your shadow will be towards the east. So what you have to remember here is from sunrise to 12 p.m. the shadows are towards the west. At 12 there is no shadow. After 12 the shadow is towards the east. Okay, whoever asked me that doubt, is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so this is it. This is just, just little things, all the highlighted stuff, just you remember that, and that would be, so let's look at a question based on this. So one morning after sunrise, Vikram and Shailesh were standing in a lawn with their backs towards each other. Vikram's shadow fell exactly towards left-hand side. Which direction was Shailesh facing? So we know that after sunrise, where is the shadow falling? This is after sunrise.
Towards west.
Towards
West.
right, towards west. We know
West.
this.
Towards
So
west.
yeah, great, guys. So now, oh God, just give me a minute. Yeah. So now we have Vikram. Let's pick this. And suppose this is his back. And then we have Shailesh here, standing like here. Okay? And both are standing in a lawn with their backs towards each other. So Vikram is facing this side and Shailesh is facing this side. Okay, and this is just after sunrise, so the shadow will be towards the west. Now Vikram's shadow fell exactly towards left-hand side. So if Vikram is facing this side, his left would be this. So this is his shadow, right? Now we know that the shadow would be towards west because this is right after sunrise. So if we know based on this that this is the west direction, then we can understand that Shailesh should be standing in which direction? Shailesh should be facing which side?
South.
South, right? Very straightforward,
South.
right? Easy to understand. Any doubts with this question? Does anyone have doubts? Anyone wants me to repeat? So it's clear? Clear, right?
Repeat,
Great. So
It's clear, ma'am.
great. Okay. So this was so this was your question. So straightforward. Now we look at some past year questions, right? That have come from directions in DULLB. So this is one of those questions. Let's see. Raju is standing facing north. He goes 30 meters ahead and turns left and goes 15 meters. Now he turns right and goes for 50 meters and finally turns to his right and walks. In which direction is he heading? So now guys, I want you to try and solve this because this is a very straightforward question, right? Now I'll give you 2 minutes. Yeah, just solve it and put your answers in the chat box so I can see how many of you are able to do it. Okay. Go ahead, guys. Just solve it by yourself once and put your answers in the chat box. I want everyone to solve it, guys. I hope everyone's sitting with a copy and a pen, because unless you practice it, you won't be able to, Great. Great. I see people are doing it, which is great. Okay. So let me, right. Okay, so let's see. Right. So this is it. Everyone I see has said that he's heading east, which is absolutely right. Anyone has any doubts? Anyone who did not understand this, who couldn't solve it? Because you should tell me, and so I can explain it. And there are no doubts.
Bye-bye.
Okay, you have doubts? Okay. So let's see. Raju is standing facing north. Let's draw our directions here. Okay. Right. He's facing north. So he's facing this side and he's gone 30 meters. So this is our 30 meters that he's gone. From here, he turns left. So he's turned towards his left. This is his left side. And he's gone for further 15 meters. So these are the 15 meters. Now he's facing west. So for him, if he's facing this side, his right would be this and this would be his left. And what does the question say? That he turns right. So he turns towards his right and goes for 50 meters. So he's now facing north. And finally, he again turns right, which is the north of right. The right of north would be east. Okay, north se iste right le liya. He's heading east finally, which is our answer. Is it clear? I think Latika asked me that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no doubts, right? So I hope this is clear for everyone. You can see the level of question which was asked. It's not that difficult. It's fairly easy. Let's look at another question. This is from 2013. So now in this question, y is in the east of x, which is in the north of z. If p is in the south of z, then in which direction of y is p? So, okay, let me now solve this with you. I hope everyone's doing it with their copy and pens with me. So with these kind of questions, it's a good idea to start with the last bit of information that's given to you. So here it's, if P is in the south of Z, so we have Z, right? And Z south is this, and here we have P, okay? Then X, which is in the north of Z, so this would be the north side of Z, and X is here. And then Y is in the east of X. So east of X is this, and Y is here. So can now someone tell me in which direction of Y is P? In which direction of Y is P? Which is this direction? Anyone, guys? Which direction is this? The red arrow.
Southeast.
Southwest, right? Any doubts with the solution? See, the answer would be none of these because southwest is not an option, right?
Ma'am,
But-
southeast.
Sorry, what did you say southeast?
Southeast.
How would, see, I'm saying,
It's southwest.
yes, it's southwest. It's not southeast because see, Y is, look at this, P is in the south of Z. Southwest, right? Understood, right? See, that it's not necessary that you might always have the answer in the question. So the answer, because it's not southwest is not given, the answer is none of these. Because this is the direction P is from Y. Okay? I hope this is clear for everyone. Any doubts? I'm guessing no doubts, guys. Again, okay, I'll repeat again. I see something. Okay, see. Let me do this again. Right. So, what does it say? P is in the south of Z. Okay. So, we have Z and Z south is this side. So, here is P. Yeah. And X, which is in the north of Z. So X is in the north of Z. So what is the north of Z? This. And we have X here. And then Y is in the east of X. So if X is here, X's east would be this side and Y would be here. The question asks you, in which direction of Y is P? So if Y is here, which is the direction is P from, at of Y's? So this is the direction the question is asking you, that in which direction of Y is P, and you can see that this direction would be southwest. See, this is the direction we're looking at, southwest. And because it's southwest, the answer is none of these. Is it clear for you? Muskan, I think, asked me to repeat.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's clear, right? Okay, great then. Okay, guys, so I think that was all I wanted to do from directions. The questions that you get from this are not too complicated. I will suggest solve questions, okay? And if you have any doubts, what you can do is put those doubts in whatever questions you have in the group. And we can, I can either discuss them. If there are not too many questions, I'll probably discuss them in the next class before I move ahead with another topic. Or another option is that I will, if there are a lot of doubts, then I'll probably take a separate session after covering a few topics where I can clear all your doubts from those topics, right? So does anyone have any questions they want to ask related to directions right now? Everything that I've covered. Any questions? Okay, I'm guessing no. So everything's clear? Just gives a thumbs up in the chat if everything is clear with directions. After sunrise
Yes, ma'am.
questions, bata do ek baar. Okay, I see one doubt. Okay, wait. This question you're asking?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, see. इसमें क्या बोला है? Let's see again. कि after sunrise, let me erase this so I can explain it again. Right. So what does it say? After sunrise, one morning after sunrise. तो पहली बात तो क्वेश्चन आफ्टर सनराइज की बात कर रहा है, तो हमें पता है कि शैडो जो है वो वेस्ट में होगी. Now Vikram and Shailesh were standing in a lawn with their backs towards each other. So Vikram जो है वो सपोज इधर फेस कर रहा था, उसका बैक ऐसे, and Shailesh was facing the opposite side इधर. ठीक है, क्योंकि दोनों के जो पीठ थी वो एक दूसरे के साइड में थी, मतलब V was facing, Vikram was facing this side and Shailesh was facing the opposite side. So their backs are towards each other. Now Vikram का shadow किधर आता है? उसकी लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे. तो उसका लेफ्ट हैंड साइड इधर है because he's facing this side. So his left hand side would be this and right is this, right? And his shadow comes on the left hand side. So this is the shadow of Vikram. So the question is asking you कि कौन सा डायरेक्शन शैलेश फेस कर रहा है. अब हमें पता है कि सनराइज के बाद जो शैडो होती है वो वेस्ट में जाती है. So if this is west here, then Shailesh would be facing south, right? Do you get? Were you able to get this? Who asked me this? Vashit.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
But if you are there still doubts? ऐसा लग रहा है कि पूरा fully समझ नहीं आया है, कि मतलब आ गया fully समझ.
No, ma'am. समझ आ गया complete.
ठीक है. Okay. Guys, anyone else? Any doubts from this directions?
मैम वन क्वेश्चन है कि जो आपने समझाया था राजू स्टैंडिंग फेसिंग नॉर्थ, कैन यू रिपीट दिस क्वेश्चन?
Okay, sure, no issues. Yeah, so you see here, Raju is standing facing north. We know कि north इधर है, तो वो इधर फेस कर रहा है, and वो 30 मीटर आगे बढ़ता है, तो he's gone 30 meters आगे, north direction में. इसके बाद he turns left, ठीक है, if he's going this side, then his left would be here, and he goes for how much? 15 meters in the left side. अब अगर वो इधर फेस कर रहा है तो उसका राइट ये होगा और लेफ्ट ये होगा, राइट? एंड ही इज गॉन टुवर्ड्स विच साइड? ही टर्न्स राइट, तो वो इधर टर्न किया एंड ही इज गॉन हाउ लॉन्ग? फॉर 50 meters. 50 meters गया, अभी वो यहाँ ये फेस कर रहा है, दिस डायरेक्शन ही इज फेसिंग, एंड यहाँ से ही टर्न्स टू हिज राइट, एंड हिज राइट इज दिस, राइट? ये इसका राइट है और ये लेफ्ट है यहाँ पे, तो वो राइट में टर्न लिया एंड ही इज वॉकिंग. तो पूछा है इन विच डायरेक्शन इज ही हेडिंग, अब वो किस डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है, तो ये कौन सा डायरेक्शन हुआ? Who asked me? Who was that? Who was it? Guys, you have to speak up if you've asked, okay? Yeah, he's heading east. ठीक है, is it clear for the one who asked?
सॉरी मैम, वो आवाज नहीं आई थी अभी बीच में आपकी.
Okay, wait. अभी आ रही है आवाज?
हाँ जी अब आ रही है.
ठीक है. तो लास्ट क्या सुना था आपने इस क्वेश्चन में?
मैम मैंने पूरा क्वेश्चन सॉल्व तो कर लिया था, बट मैं डायरेक्शन नहीं समझ पा रही थी कि एग्जैक्टली आंसर क्या होगा, बस यही था मेरा.
अच्छा देखो, यहाँ से उसने जब ये 50 meters चल लिए हैं तो उसके बाद क्वेश्चन क्या बोल रहा है कि ये फाइनली किधर टर्न कर रहा है? राइट साइड में. तो ये 50 meters चलने के बाद ही इज टर्निंग टू हिज राइट, एंड ये कौन सा डायरेक्शन होगा जो लास्ट एरो मैंने बनाया है? ईस्ट, राइट? सो दैट इज व्हाई ही इज हेडिंग ईस्ट. ठीक है, दैट इज इट, दैट इज व्हाट द क्वेश्चन इज आस्किंग यू, दैट्स योर आंसर, ईस्ट. ठीक है, एनी अदर डाउट्स गाइस? एनीवन एल्स?
जो आपने लास्ट बताया था उसका आंसर क्या था? साउथ ईस्ट है, साउथ वेस्ट था?
ये वाला क्वेश्चन ना जो अभी मैं खोल रखी हूँ स्क्रीन पे, इसका क्वेश्चन साउथ वेस्ट है. ठीक है, क्योंकि ये जो एरो है जो येलो कलर में बन रखी है फ्रॉम Y टू P, विच डायरेक्शन इज दिस? लुक एट दिस, ये ऊपर में डायरेक्शन है, कौन सा डायरेक्शन है ये?
तो मैम वो तो जो एक्स जो है वो मतलब कि Y था, वो तो उसके ईस्ट में जा रहा था ना, एक्स के.
हाँ, तो x ये है, x का ईस्ट ये. See, this is x. Wait, this is x. And let me change the color. So this is your x, and x का ईस्ट is here, and y यहाँ पे है. ठीक है, ये क्लियर है? उसके बाद क्या पूछा है क्वेश्चन में? इन विच डायरेक्शन ऑफ y इज p? y के किस डायरेक्शन में p है? अगर y यहाँ पे है तो उसके किस डायरेक्शन में p है? तो अगर हम ये डायरेक्शन बनाएंगे तो ये साउथ वेस्ट होगा, तो y के साउथ वेस्ट डायरेक्शन में p है. दैट इज लाइक ये, दैट्स ऑल. ठीक है, क्लियर? या ओके. So I hope everything's clear with directions now, guys. Just solve questions with this topic, okay? And send your doubts in the group. And now we'll move on to another topic. Let me start sharing the next slide with you. Okay? So just a minute. Okay, screen is visible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So now we'll look at another topic, blood relations. Again, analytical reasoning से है, and ये भी आपके लिए काफी important topic हो जाता है, because this is also one of those topics जिसमें से आपको questions मिलना बहुत likely होता है. It's very probable कि you will find 1 or 2 questions from this topic अगर analytical reasoning पे ज्यादा focus है आपके paper में. ठीक है? And especially if you're giving, other law entrances as well, it's a very good idea to be very, very familiar with this topic. ठीक है? And also it's a very scoring topic for you because questions usually बहुत difficult नहीं होते हैं. And understanding also this topic doesn't take too much of your this thing. So we'll begin with the topic. I'll discuss some basic pointers, some basic stuff that you need to keep in mind while solving the questions from blood relations. And फिर हम examples और questions थोड़े देखेंगे to see what kind of questions you will get. Okay? So let's look at some important pointers. So do not assume a person's gender by their name. अब ऐसे questions में, suppose आपके question में there's a person जिसका नाम दिया है राम. So just because their name is Ram does not mean it's a male, it's a boy, unless the question tells you so. तो बिना क्वेश्चन के स्पेसिफाई किए आप अज्यूम नहीं कर सकते हो किसी भी पर्सन के नेम से कि उसका जेंडर क्या है. ठीक है, इन दीज क्वेश्चंस. सो डू नॉट मेक दैट मिस्टेक. सेकेंडली, only legally accepted relation should be considered. So it's not it shouldn't be the case ki matlab you can't have cases like ki a husband has 2 wives or a wife has 2 husbands, or no boyfriends, girlfriends. So these kinds of things are not considered in these questions. So you should only have your formal legally accepted relations, which should be considered in these questions. Secondly, you have to remember and understand your basic relations like grandmother, grandfather, uncle, aunt, nephew, niece. I have a table for this after this, so you can go through that. But you have to keep in mind what the basic relations are called. Okay. Secondly, it's a very very good idea कि whenever आप ऐसे questions solve कर रहे हो blood relations के questions, तो उसमें आप symbols use करो to depict relationships and gender. ठीक है, सो आपका सॉल्विंग जो होता है वो इजी हो जाता है, एंड वंस यू गेट इनटू द प्रैक्टिस ऑफ यूजिंग दोज सिंबल्स एटसेट्रा, सो यू कैन जस्ट कीप गोइंग टू दोज एंड फिगर इट आउट, like you'll be able to do it quicker. And okay, so the last thing I want to, this is just an advice, which is कि कई बार ऐसा होता है कि sometimes these questions seem a little too complicated, so you're not able to figure out what is the relation they're asking for or whatever it is. So in such kinds of situations, it's a great idea to visualize your own family and relationships. Like look at the question and like figure out if this is the relation and this is how it's working. So then you can visualize your own familiar relations at times while solving it. So it's like a sort of, a last resort sort of a thing that you can go to. Okay, so now I have a table for you. Which shows basic relations. I want you all, I'll give you 2-3 minutes, go over all of these. ठीक है, अगर किसी को कोई भी रिलेशन का डिस्क्रिप्शन समझ नहीं आ रहा हो, कोई भी डाउट हुआ तो पूछ लो, because these are your basic relations. So just go through this. There's no point of me reading it out to you. So just read it out once. What I'll say you should keep in mind is that your mother's side of the family, people who are on your mother's side of the family, we call them maternal, and people who are on your father's side of the family, we call them paternal. Okay? So if you have an uncle who's your mother's brother would be your maternal uncle, but your father's brother would be your paternal uncle. Okay? I'll give you 2-3 minutes now. Just go through this and tell me if there are any doubts here with the table. If everything's clear, just put a thumbs up in the chat.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, great. Everyone else? Any doubts?
Yes, it's clear.
It's clear, right? Okay. I'm hoping this is clear for everyone. If there are doubts, you can always unmute yourself and ask me your doubt. I will, for the time being, move ahead then. So usually these are the symbols I prefer to use. You can also change these according to yours. But while I'll be solving the questions, I will be sticking to these, where I'll use a triangle for male, a circle for female, a downward arrow for denoting the next generation, a line, for blood relations, and an equal to sign for a married couple. Okay, so this is just for reference, really. You can change it based on your convenience. Great. So now we'll start to look at some questions. So there are usually like different kinds of questions that you can get. The first kind of questions that you get are figuring out relationships between two people. And the format of the questions are somewhat like this. So let's go through this. Here, Avinash says, Aruna is the daughter of the only son of my father's wife. How is Aruna related to Avinash? Okay, so now how do you start solving it? You start with the last last bit of the information. What is that last bit? My father's wife. Who is my here? Avinash, because Avinash is saying is saying it. So Avinash's father's wife. Can someone tell me who this is?
His mother.
His mother, right? So Avinash's father's wife is Avinash's mother. Okay, what's the next bit? Only son of my father's wife. We know that my father's wife is his mother. So who is the only son of his mother?
Avinash.
Avinash, right? He himself is the only son of his mother, right? So the only son of Avinash's mother would be Avinash, right? So we've sorted this out.
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
Brother and sister.
yeah, brother. So yeah, that's right. And daughter of the only son. So daughter of the only son, that is daughter of Avinash, is Aruna. Okay. Aruna is the daughter of the only son, Avinash. So how is Aruna related to Avinash?
Father and daughter.
Okay, not brother and sister, father and daughter. Okay. This is clear. Does anyone want me to repeat?
Ma'am,
Repeat,
in
ma'am.
starting it's easy, but last point is critical. So please explain it again.
Yes, I will do that again. Dekho. This is clear कि Avinash's father's wife would be Avinash's mother. ठीक है? So we have Avinash here. This is his father. His father's wife is his mother. So this is what it says. Then next is only son of my father's wife. So we're talking about Avinash himself, right? Only son of Avinash's mother. What you are supposed, so ये इतना कर लिया हमने. We figured this out. तो इसको इधर कर दो. Only son of my father's wife would be Avinash himself. ठीक है? This is clear now. Anyone who is not clear with this? This point that's on the screen that I've. Okay, I'm assuming it's clear. So what does the last bit say? Daughter of the only son. Ab hame pata hai who's the only son here that we're referring to? Avinash. So daughter of Avinash. Aruna is the daughter of Avinash. This is what we're getting at the end of it, right? That Aruna is the daughter of the only son of my mother's wife. So my father's wife. My father's wife is Avinash's mother. And the only son of Avinash's mother would be Avinash himself. So the daughter of the only son of the mother, that is Avinash, would be Aruna. Right? So Aruna is the daughter of Avinash and that is the relation. Right? Therefore, Aruna is Avinash's daughter. ये सबको clear हुआ? Like, who asked me? जिसने पूछा उसके लिए is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear, right? See, in questions में it's very easy कि आप confuse हो जाओ कि क्या करना है and you know whatever it is. But you should always मतलब आप उससे break down करके solve करो. Now this is a comparatively easy question. अगर इससे complicated question ऐसे ही format में आए, then also you should do this कि आप question को parts में break करो and don't start with the information which is given here at the start. You're not supposed to start with Aruna as the no. Start with this. ठीक है? What is the last bit of my father's wife से start हो रहा है तो आप वहां से start करोगे solve करना. And you figure it out.
You have to start from the last part.
Questions which are in the format जहाँ पे दो लोग के बीच में relation पूछ रहा है इस तरीके से. ठीक है? कुछ ऐसे symbolic questions होते हैं जो हम आगे देखेंगे जिसमें relations के लिए symbols. Those are different kind of questions. Usually ये जो questions होते हैं वो ऐसे format में होते हैं कि या तो आपसे बोला है कि someone is pointing to a photograph and saying this about a person या someone is saying this. मतलब it's usually relationships between two people that the focus is on. ठीक है? तो ऐसे questions में it's a very the right way to solve would be by starting with the last relation ताकि आप इसे decode करते जाओ जैसे जैसे आप पीछे से जाओ and you're able to figure it out. ठीक है? Let's look at another example. तो I think और clear हो जाएगा what I'm trying to say here. So now see, this is another example of a similar question. Pointing to a photograph, Prakash said, "She is the daughter of my grandfather's only son. How is Prakash related to the girl in the photograph?" अब ये फिर दो लोगों के बीच में relation पूछ रहा है which is Prakash and this girl in the photograph. ठीक है, that he's pointing at. So अब Prakash is saying she is the daughter of my grandfather's only son. So the last relation here is my grandfather's only son. So Prakash's grandfather's, my here is Prakash. So Prakash's grandfather's son would be who? So if we have Prakash here, suppose, right? And this is his grandfather.
His father.
His father would be the son, only son, right? It also says only son, so there's no brother involved here of the father. We have the father of Prakash, right? So Prakash's grandfather's only son is Prakash's father. Okay. Next is, sorry, daughter of my grandfather's only son. So now we saw that we have the grandfather's son who is Prakash's father. So daughter of Prakash's father.
The sister.
Yes, Prakash's sister. Okay. So this is the second bit. Prakash, she is the daughter. So the girl in the photograph would be Prakash's sister. Okay. Prakash is girl's brother. Now see, what is it? This is clear. My grandfather's only son is Prakash's father. My here is Prakash. Then daughter of my father, daughter of Prakash's father is Prakash's sister. And she is the girl in the photograph. So Prakash is the girl's brother. Okay. Any doubts? Anyone wants me to repeat? No? Clear?
No,
It's
ma'am.
clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, it's
Great.
clear.
सी सो ये सब क्लियरली हमें समझ आ रहा है कि ऐसे क्वेश्चंस में आपसे मोस्टली दो लोग के बीच में रिलेशन पूछ रहा है, ठीक है. एंड फॉर्मेट कुछ इसी तरीके से होगा. एंड जब भी आपको ऐसा फॉर्मेट दिखेगा, व्हाट यू आर सपोज्ड टू डू इज यू आर सपोज्ड टू सॉल्व इट बैकवर्ड्स, ठीक है, एंड फिगर इट आउट, बिकॉज देन इट बिकम्स वेरी वेरी इजी. एंड जैसे जैसे आप मोर क्वेश्चंस प्रैक्टिस करेंगे इस तरीके के, यू विल बी एबल टू not feel like it's complicated at all. Okay, let's move on to another kind of question. अब ऐसे questions में क्या होता है कि आपको ये relations मतलब इन symbols के थ्रू बताते हैं कि जैसे a plus b represent करता है कि a is the father of b, ठीक है, ये represent करता है. a minus b means a is the wife of b. a into b means a is the brother of b, and a slash b means a is the daughter of b. ये आपको ऐसे 4 relations दे दिए हैं. And then you've been given this equation sort of a thing, and you've been asked ki isme se which is true. Okay, so let's first figure out what this is saying. So u plus z, let's see, u plus z, what does this mean? What does this mean? Someone
Father who is the father of V.
U is the father of Z. Yeah, U is the father of Z. Simple. ठीक है. फिर क्या दिया है? T X U. T X U का मतलब क्या हुआ? अभी बताओ.
Brother.
T is the brother of U. अब दिया है S स्लैश टी, तो S स्लैश टी का मतलब क्या हुआ?
Daughter.
S किसकी डॉटर है? सॉरी,
B की.
या नहीं, सॉरी, रिपीट अगेन. S किसकी डॉटर है? T की. ओके, S is T's daughter. So which would be the right? First, second, third, fourth. Which is the right answer here? Is S the daughter of U? No. Is Z the aunt of S? Clearly no. Is S the aunt of Z? That's also no. So the right answer is fourth, which is S and Z are cousins, because they are sons and daughters of U and T, who are brothers. Is this clear? Is this clear,
Yes, ma'am.
guys? Yeah. Anyone who has a doubt? Anyone who wants me to repeat? ठीक है, स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड है, इसमें मोस्टली आपसे ऐसे आपको दे देगा एंड यू आर सपोज टू सॉल्व इट. सो अगेन ये भी हम बैकवर्ड्स कर रहे हैं, हम इधर से स्टार्ट करके इस साइड जा रहे हैं. So good idea to solve these questions backwards, like I said. ठीक है? Okay, let's look at another question of a similar kind. Okay, this is just your explanation. Okay, so this is another question. अब इसी फॉर्मेट में ऐसा क्वेश्चन भी हो सकता है जिसमें if A, यहाँ पे दिया A hashtag B means A is the mother of B, A minus B means A is the brother of B, A percentage B means A is the father of B, and AXB means A is the sister of B. Which of the following shows that B is the maternal uncle? Last question में हमसे पूछा था कि ये देके पूछा था which is true. Now here you've been given 4 different equations and you've been asked कि which one of it shows that P is the maternal uncle of Q. ठीक है? This is another kind of question which can be asked. So wait. So let's first see. Let's first see establish कि ये relationship हम कैसे लिखेंगे. So P is the maternal uncle of Q means, so Q, this is Q's father and mother. Maternal uncle is on mother's side or father's side, guys?
Mother's side.
Mother's side, right? So mother's brother would be maternal uncle, which is P. तो हमें ये relationship दिखाना है. ठीक है? So now how do we put this? अब पहले हम इस रिलेशनशिप को कैसे लिख सकते हैं? हमें पता है कि P है, P की सिस्टर इज द मदर. अब इसमें सिस्टर का रिलेशनशिप कैसे दिया है? A minus B means A is the brother of B. P. Sorry. Okay. So let's wait. Give me a minute. Let me make this little clearer. Okay. So this is the relation. So we have to establish that P is the brother of the mother. This is the mother. Let's assume M here. Let's take it as M. ठीक है? So P is the brother of M. तो यहाँ पे क्या symbol आएगा? P और M के बीच में to denote minus, right? अब already अगर आप इन 4 options में से देखें, which one gives a similar thing? Which one gives us P minus? The third one? Right? अब let's see if the rest of it is given correctly. अब इसके बाद दिया हुआ है M hashtag N. So what does this mean? M is the
Mother of N.
Mother of N. So अब यहाँ पे है कि M तो है, but M is also the mother of N. And N X Q means what? N X Q. What does this mean?
Sister.
ठीक है, that N is the sister, मतलब N and Q are siblings. So their brother is P. So clearly the third one gives us the right relation to show that P is the maternal uncle of Q. Now there are 2 ways you can solve a question like this. One is the way I showed you, that you make a sort of a visual, like a diagram to show the relation, and then you work it out, like क्या क्या relations होंगे. The other way is कि आप ये चारों के diagrams बनाओ and then you eliminate the ones which are not correct. ठीक है? That I think is a slightly lengthier process, but it might be easier for some of you. As a practice, you can try drawing the first, third, and fourth relationships and diagrams and see कि क्या आ रहा है. You can do this later on. But apart from that, is this question clear? किसी को भी डाउट लग रहा है अभी कि ये मतलब is this fine?
No, ma'am, it's clear.
Clear, right? So usually मतलब with these symbolic questions, you get 2 kinds of questions where either you've been asked to show the relationship between 2 people, a particular relationship between 2 people with different options you have, or you've been asked, what, something like this question. Okay. So these are your symbolic questions. Let's move on to another question. Let's see. Now this is another question. So in this question, it says, in a joint family, A, B, C, D, E, F and F are the members. B is the son of C. A and C are husband and wife. C is not the mother of B. E is the brother of C. D is the daughter of A. And F is the brother of B. ठीक है, इसमें दो क्वेश्चंस हैं. Who is the mother of B and which of the following is a pair of females in the family? So let's see how we'll solve this.
मैम किसी ने रिपीट करने बोला है. मैम चैट में किसी ने रिपीट करने बोला है लास्ट क्वेश्चन.
अच्छा, किसी ने रिपीट करने बोला है. हाँ, okay. Wait, let me repeat that and then we'll move on to this question. Just a minute, let me make this a little neat before I repeat it. Okay. So इस क्वेश्चन में आपको 4 रिलेशनशिप्स दे दिए हैं सिंबल्स के बेसिस पे. ठीक है, A hashtag B, A minus B, A percentage sign B and AXB. एंड पूछा है कि इन चारों में से क्या कौन सा ये दिखा रहा है, कौन सा ऑप्शन दिखा रहा है कि दैट P is the maternal uncle of Q. ठीक है, तो आप पहले समझो कि ये क्या रिलेशनशिप हम बोलना चाह रहे हैं कि देयर इज Q के वी हैव मदर एंड फादर यहाँ पे, एंड वी नो कि ये रिलेशनशिप जो है, जो maternal uncle है, बिकॉज the P is the maternal uncle, he is the brother of his mother M. ठीक है, यहाँ पे हमने mother as M डिनोट कर रहे हैं. सो हमें बताना है ये रिलेशनशिप इन दोनों के बीच का, Q एंड P के बीच का. ठीक है, सो P would be the brother of the Q's mother. So this is Q's mother, right? And we know कि the relationship to denote brother, to denote that P is the brother of Q's mother is minus. ठीक है, A जैसे इसमें दिया है A minus B means A is the brother of B, वैसे ही P minus this shows that P is the brother of Q's mother. ठीक है, now we've started to show क्या किस तरीके से this can look, but if you look at the options we can already eliminate the 3 options from here because they don't resemble what we are getting. ठीक है, so we already are getting one option which should be correct, but to make it clearer we see इसके आगे क्या दिया है, to be sure, which says M hashtag N, जिसका मतलब क्या हुआ, M is the mother of B, sorry, M is the mother of N, right? So M has Q and N, and then N is the sister of Q. So N and Q are siblings. So we have N and Q who are siblings, who have M as their mother, and then M has P as her brother. ठीक है, so this is what the option is showing us, and based on this it's very clear that P would be Q's maternal uncle. So this would be the right option. Now if you try the other 3 options, if you suppose let's make this, let's do one of these, which is Q minus N. Q minus N is that Q is the brother of B. So Q is the brother of N, right? N hashtag M, that means N is the mother of, sorry, N is the mother of M, and MXP means M is the sister of P. So M is the sister of P. So means, does this show you that P is the maternal uncle of Q? Of course not. That would be not right. In fact, it shows you the opposite. So this is not right. This option is wrong. Similarly, if you try all these options, you would see that the third option is right. Because here it says P is the brother of M, who is the mother of N, who is the sister of Q. So N and Q are siblings who are, M's son and daughter, and M's brother is P. So P would be the maternal uncle for Q. Okay, is this clear? I think Muskan asked Need that? Muskan, is it clear? Is it clear, Muskan? Just say a yes or a no. Okay, I see, Vashi. Okay, I'll move ahead then. Where was I? Right. Yeah, this question. So now, let's see how you solve a question like the one on the screen. Now we have question number 5 on the screen. So isme you start making a diagram. Okay. So B is the son of C. We have B, who is the son. So we know that B is male. B is the son of C. A and C are husband and wife. So A and C are husband and wife. C is not the mother of B. If C is not the mother, then C must be the father. And A must be the mother. So A must be female and C must be male. E is the brother of C. So we have E as the brother of C, which means E is also male. And D is the daughter of A, means C and A have a son and a daughter. Wait, D is the daughter. Yeah, sorry. So we have D is the daughter of A and F is the brother of B. So F is the brother means they have one more child who is F, who is the son. So now let's see what the question is. Who is the mother of B? So who is the mother of B? This is B. Guys, who's the mother of B?
Ma'am, A.
A, right? Anyone who is not clear why A is the mother of B? Clear for everyone? I'm assuming? Yeah, A. Okay, let's see what the next part of the question is asking you. Which of the following is a pair of females in the family? So which is the right option here, guys? Which are two females in the family? A is a mother here, so she's a female, and D is the daughter who's female. So A and D are two females in the family, right? So the right option would be
Yes, ma'am.
AD, right? It's a very simple, straightforward question. You're supposed to draw all these relations. If you have your own symbols, it's easier, like the way I've done, denoting, female by circle, male by triangle, and then all the other things. And you draw the entire thing, and then you quickly look at all your questions, and you'll be able to solve them. So, guys, is this clear? Any doubts here? All clear.
No,
Okay.
ma'am. All clear.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we have a past year question for you. I think this is the last question we'll do today. Okay, so in this question, Mr. A meets Mr. B. Okay, so in this first sentence, what can you say based on this, just this sentence? Can someone tell me? Just based on this sentence, what can you say?
Mr. A
Yes,
is male.
and Mr. B is also male. So it's already given you information, right?
Yes.
Now let's see. B is the father of a son C and a daughter D. E is the mother of A. C is married and has one son. E is the daughter-in-law of B. So now let's draw this. So let's start with the first thing that it says. B is the father of a son C and the daughter D. So B here is the father, means B is male and has one son C, right? I'll do male, and a daughter D. So of course female. E is the mother of A. So now this is a separate relation. We've not looked at E and A yet. So E is the mother, means this of A. Okay. C is married. So now C is married and has one son. So we don't know who C is married to, but C is married and has one son. So we know that he's married to a female and has a son, so it's male. And E is the daughter-in-law of B. So B's son's wife would be the daughter-in-law. And if E is the daughter-in-law of B, then A must be the son, because this is already given to us, right? So we get this entire relation. Now, based on this, how is A related to B? How is?
Grandson.
Yes, grandson, because B son C has a son A. So A's father's father means A is the grandson, right? Clear? Is this clear, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine, right? Okay. So I think we can stop here then. For tomorrow, I'll probably discuss a few more questions from blood relations, and then we look at topics ahead. And again, guys, start solving questions. Okay. And whatever questions you see that you've solved, you have doubts in, just send it on the group and I'll discuss them in the class. Okay. So that's all for today. Let me just stop the recording, and yeah, I guess that's it for today. Anyone has anything to ask me?